This is a happy night at Birmingham Gardens, a suburb of Newcastle.
Apparently you're signing in.
The Regal Cinema is reopening tonight, February the 21st, 2014. Reopening after being closed for 7 years. What do local patrons hope for? Well, art house movies with good stories and a chance to talk about them before and after. A little cinema which is a community hub. And also a place where they'll get to see Australian films which find a happier home in theatres like this than they do in multiplexes. SBS's Sandy George, cooking snacks for the crowd, hopes this is so.
This week, I've had a fabulous week because I've seen 3 new Australian films. On Monday night, I saw Craig Monahan's new film, Healing. On Wednesday night, I went to the Blacktown Drive-In and saw a preview of Wolf Creek 2.
Wow.
And then last night, I saw 52 Tuesdays, which was a film that was shot over a year, only on Tuesdays. Anyway, all 3 films were so different from each other. All of them were absolutely fabulous and all of them were Australian. And they're coming to a cinema screen near you soon.
And it's nice to see so many people here. It's, I think it was 2006, October the 31st, that the cinema had its last public screening. And it seems a long time ago, and it actually is a long time ago, I suppose. So I've had about 7.5 years to actually think of what to say on this occasion. I still haven't quite got it, so it was going to be entertaining, witty, succinct, educational, maybe a couple of jokes, you know. It's all gone from my head, never mind. So I will just mention 2 or 3 very special people. The first, I think, has to be Bruce Avard, who created the Regal. A lot of the equipment, including the chairs that you're sitting on, actually still belong to Bruce, or he's donated them. And another person, obviously, is Greg Hees, who was the founder of the Friends of the Regal. The former Lord Mayor of Newcastle, as I'm sure that we all know, and it's lovely to see Wendy and the family here today.
I think Greg, you're going to have to. I think Greg, hello Wendy, how are you? I think you're going to have to say something to this.
But Greg, he got us to the point where we were able to continue. We had just enough momentum to carry on, and I need not say it was a major blow. I mean, it was a major blow for so many people. But for the Friends of the Regal, we were among them, but he left so much goodwill behind him that people actually came in and helped purely on that basis. So we are very conscious of where we came from. The other one is Joe Smith, who is just about to spring up on the stage and probably do a more professional job than I'm doing. We felt we had our backs against the wall, and the right person's always come along at the right time, and one of those, it was Joe. And I'll never forget the day she arrived at council, but virtually no notice, accompanied by Christine Olsen and George Merriman, and Joe and Christine were allowed to address council, and it was like somebody had dropped the bomb in the place. You know, they hadn't prepared anything, they weren't dressed for the occasion, they just came in and they were just inspired. And had that not happened, that very night, I think council would have almost certainly followed the recommendation, the permanent recommendation of the council administration that the building be sold, and that would have been it. But, you know, just in a couple of very brief little speeches, the whole thing turned around, and that's led to this. And on a purely personal level, I would really like to thank the committee of the Friends of the Regal. But the committee, former members and the current committee, have been so determined all the way through. Nothing ever put them off. You know, they just kept on coming and coming and coming. We meet every month, so in 7.5 years, that's an awful lot of meetings. But I've been on a lot of committees in my time, I really have, but this has been the best. Come and save me, Joe, once again.
I don't think David needs saving at all. He saved the cinema. I'm sure he's capable of saving himself. It's actually been 4 years since I've been involved, and I remember that meeting well. I was in the Blue Mountains. It was 1 p.m. The meeting in Newcastle was 5 p.m. and I phoned Christine Olsen, the filmmaker, and I said, we've just done this statement of support for the Regal Cinema. I sent it to council, what should we do? And she said, we've got to go to the meeting.
I think I talked about the importance for a community to have something like that, and that once it was gone, it was gone.
And did you see any acknowledgement or getting through to people?
Oh yes, because then the voting changed.
Right then and there?
Yes.
And I remember saying to David later, when we arrived, didn't you think we were badly dressed? And he said, oh no, we just thought you were artists. And you were very badly dressed, believe me. So I'd like to thank everyone. I'd particularly like to give tribute to Bruce Abbott. David spent 7 years, I've spent 4 years. Bruce spent 40 years, and what he did was he created a vision for Newcastle when it comes to independent cinema, and we're just trying to follow that vision, and so we've been very fortunate.
I only want to give you 2 messages or 2 points. The first point is this, that the first point is about leadership. David is one of these kind of guys who humbly in the background works so hard. So it's thanks to David that we are here where we are tonight. My second point is that my second very special point is to launch the resurrected Regal Cinema. So that's what I'm doing right now. I formally reopened the Regal Cinema. I'm so pleased to do that, ladies and
gentlemen. I'm asking, how do you think it'll go?
Oh, well, I hope. I hope it does for me. Yes, I hope it does go well.
Well, it's a question of people really dedicating themselves to coming.
It was always very well supported.
Was it?
In the past.
Yeah.
It's supported by people who really liked independent film.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that will happen again.
Yeah.
And it was a great loss when it went.
Yes.
So hopefully people will support the Regal again.